right now the weather says it's like 33, 34 degrees outside, and it feels like 22. So first off, I don't understand why we don't just go with the feels like. I don't care what the real temperature is. I just want to know the feels like. Why don't we just eliminate the other one and just go straight feels like, you know? That's what matters. But anyway, I'm out here. I really wanted to make this video about the Versys. So I just figured go ahead and brave the cold and just deal with it to go ahead and get the video made for you guys. I do this for you. But the problem with making a video on the Versys is I'm not actually on the Versys, as you can tell already. I'm on the Triumph Bonneville Bobber. Ironically enough, I went to get on the Versys and the battery's completely toast. Charging it won't work. It's just going to die again. The battery's dead. I tested it. So I ordered a new battery. That was like $125 or something like that. I went with just like a standard lead battery this time because normally I go with the lithium, but I thought I was selling the Versys, so I didn't want to drop $200 on another battery. The battery that's in it that's dead was like literally $210. I didn't want to drop that much money on a bike that I was going to go ahead and sell, so I went with the cheapest option I could find. It was like $114 and some change or something, just under $120. But ironically enough, I kind of regret not just buying the Baller battery because I have, as you saw from the title, decided that I cannot sell the Kawasaki Versys 650 for a couple different reasons. I was talking to my buddy Chad about it, and he made a really good point that I'm kind of like synonymous with that bike. I've had two of them. I've done a lot of trips on them. A lot of you are here watching this channel because of that bike. I'm the guy that likes the Versys. I'm the guy that rides off-road on the Versys. It's just like a thing I do. And I thought I could move past that. I thought maybe I could be the guy that rides the Bobber, you know? Like I could bring in a new audience and new people and just like get like lots of different viewers that are like into all kinds of bikes. But I think I can do that while also maintaining like the kind of content you guys are used to seeing. You guys are used to seeing a Kawasaki Versys go down trails and me not being very good off-road. So why not keep that up and ride the Bobber, you know? Another reason I can't sell that bike is I don't remember the exact dollar amount I have in it. I did a video where I talk about all the parts. I think it's something like Kawasaki Versys ADV build or something like that. The video is super successful, but I kind of go through part by part and talk about every single thing I've added to this bike in that video. And I want to guess, like without like actually having it in front of me or guessing, I'm going to say it's like $6,000 to $7,000 or something I spent buying the bike and modifying the bike. So right now, if I were to sell the bike private party, I could get like $4,500 to $5,000. The dealer trade-in amount that I could probably get is like $3,000. So the wheels that I want to put on this bike in particular, the Triumph Bonneville Bobber, the wheels I want to put on it are $3,000. So in reality, I can trade my bike into a dealership and then buy $3,000 wheels, or I can just have a whole ass like other motorcycle for that and just not get that little measly $3,000 for it, because it is kind of worth more. And like, yeah, I could do the private party and get the $4,500, maybe $5,000 out of it, but even that is going to be difficult. Like I'm going to have to like leave it online for who knows how long. I'll have to go back and forth, people haggling. I had it online for about a week and a half, and all that came of it is a guy offering me a Ninja 250 and a guy offering me a boat. And in the ad, I clearly say that I'm only interested in cash or cargo vans. Like, you guys know I want a van. I say it in the ad, I'm not interested in any trades besides cargo van. Otherwise, all I want is cash, not considering anything else. But literally, they offer me a motorcycle and a boat, because selling on Craigslist and like Cycle Trader, it's just a nightmare. It sucks. I hate selling things private party. I'd always much rather just go to the dealership, get it over with one quick day and just take the hit. Just really like works for me a lot better. But thinking about it, like the reason I want those wheels for the Bobber is because if I sell my Versys, then I need the Bobber for road trips. And if I'm going to ride the Bobber for road trips, I don't want to, we're going to go through here. And we're going to keep going this way. Perfect, 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 perfect. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Road closed for cars. Not bikes. Sorry about it. So, if I sell the Versys, which is my current road trip bike, and I sell the Bonneville T100, which is my other road trip bike, like the two bikes that I can actually comfortably do some touring on, if I sell both of those, then this has to be the touring bike. And I don't personally want to go long haul touring on a bike with tubed wheels. I said that in the Bobber video. So I was going to spend the $3,000 to make this thing tubeless and make it better for those road trips. But it seems like the smarter money call is to just keep a second bike. Honestly, it really just feels like that. It feels like it's smarter just to have the bike that I have fully built out with all the nicest parts as my touring bike. It has like my heated gear hookup, it has a charging port, it has a comfortable touring seat, it has tons of luggage storage. Everything you could want for a touring bike is on that bike. So why not keep that versus selling it for pennies to make this slightly better at touring, but still not as good as that bike, you know? The bike is exceptional for touring. Plus, it just means a lot to me that a lot of you guys are here because of that bike, because of what I did on that bike or what I do with that bike. So I think it's just one of those things where I have to keep it. I couldn't bring myself to selling it. As I thought about it, I was just really kind of, at my core, I'm a minimalist, and I don't like having lots of things. So like the idea of having so many motorbikes was like kind of overwhelming. It felt like wasteful, and it felt like I was doing too much. But when it really comes down to it, I think you just embrace the fact that it's okay to have a couple bikes. It's okay to have multiples. If I'm ever in a hard spot, like right now, I don't need $3,000, admittedly. I'm doing pretty well financially. I don't really need the $3,000. It was just that I wanted to not have to take out of my own money to buy these wheels. So I was like, I'll sell this, I'll get the $3,000, I'll buy the wheels. I won't feel it at all, you know? But, you know, who knows what's gonna happen? There may be a time where I actually need money really bad, so I can just hold on to all the bikes as an investment for that. And in the future, if like I hit hard times, who knows, then I'll start selling off bikes, you know? I think that's just going to be a better option than just unloading it, man. Because like really, if you're like faced with the option to get new wheels for $3,000 or to have a whole entirely built ADV bike for $3,000, which do you pick? I feel like the option is like the choice is easy. Like there's only the one choice, is to keep the bike. So that's what it is. Like the Versys isn't going anywhere. I'm going to keep it for road trips and for the occasional little video. If new parts come out for it, or if I find parts for it that seem interesting, I'll grab parts and do install videos. I'll do maintenance videos on it as the miles go up there and it needs like work. That way I can kind of become your one-stop shop for Versys 650 information, at least first gen Versys 650 information. I'll just like check all the boxes. If you want to know how to do an oil change, you want to know how to do a coolant flush, you want to know how to like whatever, anything for the Versys, I'll just go ahead and start making all those videos so I can just kind of have like a working catalog of maintenance videos for that bike for people to reference forever. I think that can be my contribution to YouTube or the motorcycle community at large. It's just put up as much Versys content as possible and have it just sit there for any little thing you could ever need. I can have those videos up and just solve the problems for you, because I'm going to put a lot of miles on the bike. The bike already has a lot of miles on it, kind of. Things are going to happen. I'll fix them. I'll take you on that journey. And I don't think that has to be like the only thing I do. I think I can do that and still make fun bobber videos. I can still make Grom off-road videos. I think it'll make the channel more diverse and help me kind of diversify my audience if there's all these different kind of things happening with these different motorcycles. Because you may be into the bobber but not like the Versys. You may be into the Versys but hate Groms, you know. But I want all those individuals to watch my videos and hopefully learn something or just enjoy themselves. Watch a guy that's like very mediocre at riding off-road do just that, or a guy that's like a very mediocre mechanic figure it out and fix his stuff, or a guy that's honestly a top-notch endurance rider do some iron butt videos. I'm just gonna go ahead and say I'm really good at iron butts. It's like when I'm in my zone, I really like riding for like way too long. Like all of my friends are like, yeah, I don't want to do that, but I'm just like, dude, I just really like, it's like the one time I just really feel like I'm in it, I'm alive, I'm like super aware and like dialed in when I'm on like an iron butt. Or just like a really long road trip period. I like doing it in my car too. I just like going too far in a short amount of time. I like that feeling of knowing that like I started the morning in the south and I ended the morning in the north, or I started the morning in the east and I ended the night in the west. You know, like I just like really long haul riding / driving. Really just is fun to me. It's something I really enjoy. And honestly, it just makes more sense to keep the Versys for that. I'll beat it up, put the miles on it, ride it off-road, just trash it, but keep it reliable, you know? And then the pretty old bobber can do what it's meant to do, and just cruise down the strip, you know? Take me to work, take me to the coffee shop, wherever. Take me to hangouts. Not that I hang out now because of Omicron, but that's what this bike is going to do. I think trying to make it into my like iron butt or long haul bike just isn't smart. It's just a bad use of money when I already have a bike that can do that I own outright. That insurance now, like I looked at it for full coverage, it'll cost me like $40 a month. For liability, it'll cost me like $10 a month. Other than that, there's no expenses besides it has what we call a prestige plate in Georgia, but everybody else knows them as vanity tags. It has one of those that cost me $90 a year. So for around $200 to $250 a year, I own that bike. I can't let that go. That's just all there is to it. It just makes sense. Also, a guy commented on the bobber video. Shout out to you. I don't remember your name now, but we were just chatting on there earlier today. Hopefully you're watching this video too. But a guy commented on the bobber video was like, the bobber's for like bopping around, man. It's not like a long haul tour. Like, that's just not what this bike is for. And obviously I know that. We all know that. Like, clearly it's not for that. But like, I'm stubborn and I want to do everything that people say can't happen. Like, everybody said the Versys couldn't go off-road, and it damn sure went off-road a lot with me. And damn sure will go off-road a whole lot more. But so I was really excited to kind of do some long distance touring on this bike, and I still think I'm going to do at least one iron butt on it. Maybe one that's like maybe I'll do the ride around Florida. That way I'm like never terribly far away from my starting point, you know. Maybe I'll do that. But I want to do that once, but it just really makes more logical sense to not be a stubborn idiot and dump a bunch of money into this to make it a touring bike when realistically I have a touring bike, or could have just bought a bagger, you know, a bagger that would do it exceptionally. I didn't buy the Speedmaster, I bought the bobber, so I should do bobber things, you know. But that's it for this one. It was a little bit rambly, but I just wanted to kind of check in and tell you Versys fanboys that your favorite Versys fanboy on YouTube is not selling his Versys. The Versys will live on. Let's see if we can't put 100,000 miles on that baby. All right, y'all. So if you like this video, please hit thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please go ahead and hit subscribe. I really appreciate every single one of you that hit subscribe. It means the world to me to see that subscriber count going up. Yeah, it's just honestly super humbling and super flattering to see like people subscribing. Like, every day I wake up and just instantly go to like the YouTube studio and see if any more subscribers have hit on there. I got 3 today. Thank you, you 3. But last but not least, hopefully it's not like frigidly cold where you are and you can enjoy some riding. If it is, sorry, maybe try to ride anyway, but no, whatever you got to do, just try to have a good day. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.